It's about to go down.
Burning your ears with another all-killer and no-filler episode of the best motorsports radio on the planet. It's the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. With your host, Jim Beaver.
Sliding trophy trucks, jumping razors, and dropping the mic at events across the country.
Amy Houde.
What's up, guys? I'm a professional fun haver, dirt bike rider, and monster truck driver.
With support from Polaris RZR, General Tire, Subaru, and Dirtfish. Hang on tight, strap in, and get ready to smoke some tires and lay some roost. Here's the man who carries a steering wheel in one hand and a mic in the other. Jim Beaver.
Good morning and welcome to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Jim Beaver, Amy Houde here with a special show. Amy Houde actually in the damn studio today for like the first time in, 4 years? So,
I know. This is my first time. I finally got to, come on down to Parker, Arizona, and actually see what goes on. The magic behind the mics.
Yeah, it's we've done radio live out at Terracross and Mint 400 quite a few times, but first time in studio here in Parker. Mm-hmm. We got a fun packed 2 hours. I know at some point this week we're going to record a podcast as well, but if you guys got, I know our good friend Josh Heron is tuning in.
Oh
we got some fun to talk on that front. But look at our lineup today: Levi LaVallee, Ashley Wilkie, your boy Gravedigger driver Tyler Menninga.
Yeah.
Man, it's going to be a fun lineup. We got Dakar Rally. We got the Triple Crown of Supercross to talk about. I don't know. We got X Games coming up. Levi LaVallee jumping over a mall in downtown Minneapolis.
Insane.
Just nuts. So, if you guys want to get a hold of us while we're on air, it's at JimBeaver15, at AmyHood71. You guys have been a little shy lately.
I know
you're listening, but you're, not tweeting us during the show. I don't know. Maybe we need to get, a new platform. Is there something, new we need to have where people can interact with us?
I don't know. Twitter's the best way to reach out. I don't really use Twitter very much anymore. But, even comment on Instagram. Leave us a message. We'll hit you up.
Yeah. So, Levi LaVallee, Ashley Wilkie. That's hour number one, and then Tyler Menninga, hour number two. We've also got some fan questions, but if you haven't sent them in yet, if you do it on Twitter, we can actually get them into the show today. We will make room for them, but it's going to be one hell of a show. Amy in studio, finally.
Yeah.
And, so we're going to take a short break. We come back. I don't know. We got a lot of fun to talk about here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Want extreme performance, reliability, and the most fun you can have on four wheels? The Polaris RZR brings it to you. But you don't need to take my word for it. You can take theirs.
I'm Tanner Faust, and I choose the Polaris RZR because it's the most fun you can have with a steering wheel.
What's up? I'm Ronnie Renner, and I choose Polaris RZR because it's the sickest, most reliable side-by-side on the planet.
What's up, everybody? Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. Listen, I'm on Team RZR because it's hands down the best piece of machinery on the planet.
I'm RJ Anderson, and I choose Polaris RZR because it's the most fun, most capable machine.
Action sports stars, TV personalities, and some of the best race car drivers in the world all choose Polaris RZR because it's the ultimate combination of power, suspension, agility, and fun. Find out more information on the web at PolarisRZR.com or follow at Polaris RZR on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag RZRLife to share your story. 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount.
Life is all about sound. The sound of sports. The sound of the racetrack. And the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
Want the latest from Jim Beaver and Amy Houde? Follow at Jim Beaver 15 and at Amy Houde 71 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Finally, my first interview back. I'm pretty stoked. I'm here with my co-host, Jim Beaver.
You did your first liner in like 4 years. Like,
woo!
See, I don't know. You guys, we finally got her in studio. This is going to be one of those, like, I feel like I'm going to have to fly her to Arizona every week now or something.
I will. You will. It's going to have to be a thing.
We just need, like, we need, like, Boeing or one of the American Airlines or Delta. Somebody set up, like, what are these? We need, like, one of those private charter planes, right? And we'll just be Amy's private plane. You can fly back and forth.
Yes. I mean, if anybody is, looking to become a new pilot out there and needs to get in your hours, you can fly me to Arizona every week. Like, I'm down to do radio every Tuesday. Just hit me up on social media at Amy Houde 71.
And I will make you a deal. If you are a pilot out there and need your hours and you'll fly her to Arizona every week, we will buy you lunch after the episode every week.
Well, we'll buy you lunch. Maybe I'll let you ride my dirt bike. You can sit in my monster truck. And I'm sure Jim will take you out on the desert, drive his trophy truck.
Yeah, we'll let you shred some razors.
Yeah.
We will make this lucrative for you if somebody out there listening wants to actually
you can fly me around.
Right? Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, our boy Josh Heron, he's Instagramming us. So what is this story? Like,
no, there's no story.
No, there's got to be a story.
You opened the can, okay?
Yeah, like I had never even heard of this, and we got see Heron. He looks out for me. I like Josh. He knows what's going on. So what is this story? So just so you guys know, he posts on. He's like, I'm listening in. I want to hear about that new bush riding sport, Amy Houde.
Oh my God. Okay. Well,
while
I tell everybody out there about what bush riding is, I'll show Jim the video. So, when Josh came down to Monster Jam to watch one of my shows, and it was awesome. Like, I don't ever have my friends come to my Monster Jam shows because it's kind of far to go from Canada, So he drove down, and I got to take him backstage. Great support. And, he was good luck. He was my good luck charm because I won my, first Monster Jam event of the year. So, obviously, we went to celebrate a little bit, had a couple adult beverages, whatever.
You and Heron drink never would have
Never, ever. No, not at all. So on our walk back, because we just actually went to the restaurant right beside the hotel, but they had these, like, very nicely manscaped bushes.
Manscaped bushes?
Yeah,
that sounds so weird.
Well, I know, but, like, they're so nicely trimmed in this, like, it looked like
it would be
circle.
Landscaped.
Okay.
Manscaped is what happens below the belt hood.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Seriously, where's your head at today?
Landscaped bushes. Okay, whatever. And anyways, I jumped. Okay, it looks like one of those bushes that would be like a chair. They're like super condensed, and I decided to jump on one, and it was really squishy, and I rode one like I was riding a mechanical bull, and it was awesome. And I called it the new sport of bush riding, and it was super funny. And I'll show Jim a beaver. Oh, here it is, Jim. There you go. Watch the video.
We gotta watch Amy.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's all fun and games, and I mean, I'm down. I told you, I will ride a monster truck. I will drive a dirt bike, razor. You throw me behind the wheel of anything, and I will ride a bush if I have to.
I'm watching this. You know what it reminds me of? You know those at the playground? There's those things with, like, the coil spring.
Yes.
And they go back and forth. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. That's freaking hilarious.
It was.
Really.
So we called it the new sport of bush riding. So there you go. It's a thing.
Got to be tough finding the right bush to ride, though.
I'm never posting that on the internet, so that's all you guys
Seriously?
will ever hear about that.
Seriously? You're going to tease them like that?
I will.
Oh, my God.
Oh, thanks, Josh. Thanks a lot for that. I appreciate it.
That is... Oh, man. So, yeah, we got you out here in Arizona. don't know. We were supposed to be in Seattle. That deal didn't happen this week, so we got you out here in Arizona, and I don't know. It's been fun. You just got here yesterday, so we haven't been able to. We're gonna go out and do some razor riding and go to the skate park and just do some radness. Right?
I mean, you think that I'd come here to do, like my social media and film a bunch of content, which we're gonna do. But my main concern right now is teaching Jim Beaver's daughter how to edit videos for YouTube. The girl is an up-and-coming YouTube star, and let me tell you, she's 9 right now. And she is the biggest personality of a young woman I've ever seen in my life. Literally, she reminds me of me. Wide open, very eccentric, and this drama queen, which is amazing. Like it's really cool to see young people who don't just like have their nose glued to video games and anything these days.
She does that too.
Yeah, she does that too, but she does it with some enthusiasm. Let's just say that. So
she plays video games because she wants to. She watches, like, there's some funny, like, have you, like, some of the biggest YouTube channels are gamers, right?
Yeah, they're huge gamers.
Like, there's these ones that I watch as a husband and wife, and they're, like, mid-20s, Pat and Jen. They've got, like, 10 million subscribers. Just crazy to me but they play, like, Minecraft and stuff like that. But that's, like, her aspiration. Hey, I can actually make money playing video games. I'm like, okay. But she also wants to do, like, skate park videos, and we're going to...
Yeah, we're going to go to the skate park. I'm taking her to the skate park. I'm going to help her film, her doing some cool little things, and then we're going to sit down. I'm going to teach her how to cut and edit videos to post on YouTube. So we're going to have some fun. But, I mean, I think it's pretty cool. I like the fact that I am contributing to the younger generation of social media lights.
And you know what's crazy? And I looked this up. We got like a local community college here. I looked at bigger colleges, and I looked online. You would think, because she's 9, she wants to make YouTube videos. You would think that there would be some type of place online or some place that would offer kids classes on basic video editing.
No,
right?
Nothing
anywhere.
Jim, you got to just shut your mouth right now, because I just thought of a new great way to make millions. So let's just end that conversation right now.
We will, but I'm serious. Like, it's just, to me, like,
and I think it's a great trait to learn. Like, just like, people go to school and learn all this sometimes not necessarily useless information, but I mean, when do, I think they need to enforce, basic accounting, learning how to, take care of your own finances and like household things, like things when you're done school. But also, like, this day and age, I think people really should stress like how to use technology, how to use your email, how to set up the devices, and that's basic business knowledge and basic way to promote yourself, and how to set up all these accounts online. Like, I know this is the digital era. Like, that's kind of the way the world is becoming. Maybe not obviously be a mandatory class, but an elective at a young age, just like gym class. I think electronics and computer knowledge and technology knowledge is extremely important in whatever aspect. Personal business running, running maybe a family business if you're kind of, taking care of the household, whatever, but also your personal promotion, whether you want to start your own business, start a YouTube channel. It's great for kids to learn that type of technology because you become self-sufficient as well.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Talking about videos, so I know one of the ones we're going to do, and I don't think I ever actually even posted it, but a lot of you listeners, I may have mentioned it, but like 3 months ago, Santa Cruz Skateboards, they came out with a limited edition. It was a collaboration with Garbage Pail Kids, and they had blind bag skateboards. All of them. Some are more rare than others. All of them are uber limited. They only made like, I don't know how many. It was a very small run. Within 24 hours, they all sold out. They were like $79. Now they're selling for like $400 or $500 on eBay. I've got one from 3 or 4 months ago, still sealed in the bag. And my daughter's been chomping at the bit to open this damn thing. And I didn't have a reason to open it. And now with Amy here, we're going to let her crack it open with Amy. And we're going to see, one, what actually limited edition skateboard we got, but two, we're going to make a YouTube video out of it, which I think will be rad. So
yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And like, again, this is blowing up all over YouTube, people opening these skateboards online, like just like the reaction videos. So I told Addie, whether it's good or bad, you make that drama llama, Yeah,
they've got some that are like
out.
hand painted and things like that. And then you've got other ones that are just kind of blah. And we'll probably get the blah one, but it'll be funny anyway. It'll be fun anyways. So anyways, that's to come this week. Some razor riding. I don't know. We got a whole lot of stuff. We got Ashley Wilkie coming up, which is going to be fun. she's actually at a farm right now.
Yes. She was debating on even coming on the show because she says, Jim, there's going to be animal noises in the background because she volunteers at a farm. Okay, this is a Monster Energy girl who, people see done up, makeup up, high heels, on these tight leathers, who volunteers her time at an animal farm. This is one good human being. So I'm
how rad is that?
So rad. I hope I hear some goats today. But it just goes to show that, don't ever judge a book by its cover, because this is a beautiful Monster Energy girl who is, getting down and dirty at an animal farm donating her time.
If we hear any goats today, we got to say, oh, that's Ricky. For Ricky Carmichael. That'll be the thing. That'll be our joke.
Are you with Ricky Carmichael in the background?
All right. We are going to take a short break. We come back. We got Ashley Wilkie with Monster Energy. She's on the line talking Supercross, NASCAR, and farms and goats of all things. So we'll be back after this. Extreme performance, reliability, and the most fun you can have on four wheels? The Polaris RZR brings it to you. But you don't need to take my word for it. You can take theirs.
I'm Tanner Faust, and I choose the Polaris RZR because it's the most fun you can have with a steering wheel.
What's up? I'm Ronnie Renner, and I choose Polaris RZR because it's the sickest, most reliable side-by-side on the planet.
What's up, everybody? Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. Listen, I'm on Team RZR because it's hands down the best piece of machinery on the planet.
I'm RJ Anderson, and I choose Polaris RZR because it's the most fun, most capable machine.
Action sports stars, TV personalities, and some of the best race car drivers in the world all choose Polaris RZR because it's the ultimate combination of power, suspension, agility, and fun. Find out more information on the web at PolarisRZR.com or follow at Polaris RZR on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag RazorLife to share your story. Are you looking for a place to push yourself behind the wheel and see how your driving skills stack up? Dirtfish Rally School is that place. Located on 315 acres of pristine automotive playground at the foot of the Cascade Mountains in Snoqualmie, Washington, right outside of Seattle, Dirtfish Rally School is a one-of-a-kind place where everyone from first-time drivers to seasoned professionals like Bucky Lassick and Antoine Lestage can push themselves to their limit. Whether driving the high-performance rally-prepped all-wheel drive Subaru Impreza STI is what you're looking for, or you'd rather hang it all out in the rear-wheel drive Subaru BRZs, Dirtfish Rally School has something for everyone. Classes are available from 2 hours to 3 full days and feature instructors with over 150 years of combined racing experience. Whether you're looking to become the best and get an edge on the competition, or just looking to freshen your skills behind the wheel, Dirtfish Rally School is the place to go. For more information on registering for classes, visit Dirtfish on the web at dirtfish.com, or to check out the latest happenings from Dirtfish, follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dirtfish Rally. Your life demands a tire that provides durability, comfort, and performance, and that's what General Tire delivers for you. From the all-season grip of the Grabber UHP to the comfort and on-road manners of the Grabber HTS to the durability and off-road traction of the Grabber AT2, General has a tire that will help get you where you need to go. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible, because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268-horsepower, turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
You're listening to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. All killer and no filler.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Jim Beaver, Amy Houde here. Joined on the line by our favorite farmer, Ashley Wilkie. How's everything going, Ashley?
Good. How are you?
We had quite the conversation about you in the segment before. I told Amy we may hear animal sounds in the background.
No. We actually may hear Ricky Carmichael.
Yeah, we said if there's a goat in the background, we're going to start calling him Ricky.
Yeah, there is.
Oh,
we have a few goats here.
That is so awesome, girl. I just think it's so rad to meet, a beautiful Monster Energy girl who has this, two personas. You got this beautiful exterior, all the modeling and like glitz and glam, yet, your personal side is you're down here, almost the whole makeup thing stripped down, and you're volunteering your time at an animal shelter, an animal farm. That's just amazing. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I like to come at least once a week, and we're located in Lake Elsinore, Life Animal Sanctuary.
Oh, wow.
So their mission is taking in animals that have been used for testing. So most of the animals come from labs.
Oh, my.
So it is a lot of farm animals. And then we also have cats that have been used in testing, dogs, rabbits, and then, all the farm animals. We've got some chickens, roosters, kind of, a little bit of everything here.
That is so admirable. I mean, that's just not something you see every day by,
so much.
Glitz and glamorous, beautiful model like yourself. And I just think that's super reputable. And, I'm proud of you. That's so cool. I want to go down there. I want to check that out.
Thanks, girl. Yeah, it's so much fun. I mean, it's honestly the most rewarding.
Yeah.
And obviously, I love animals, but to do something with with a little bit of platform that I do have, I think that's really important as well. So. Oh,
absolutely. And, the fact that you don't just go down, one time and post all about it on social media, you do this on a weekly basis. You go down once a week and, scrolling through your social media. And I love that it's not, hey, I'm here doing this to kind of do the, promotion side of it. It sounds like you genuinely, take a care in our environment. And I love that. That's really, really cool. More people need to be like you.
So much. Oh, thanks. I try.
Yeah. Well, and I know, and this is something that I know about you, and I guess most people following you on social media do too, but it's not just the farm. I mean, you're very much into animal rights. I know you're a vegan yourself. I mean, what made you, and I know we'll talk NASCAR and Supercross in a minute, but I want to know more about Ashley right now, right?
Me too.
But, I mean, what took you down that path, Ash?
People always ask me that, and I don't know. I swear I was just kind of born with loving animals. I grew up volunteering at animal shelters, and then just within the past couple of years, kind of took an interest more with the farm animals and the factory farming, obviously the fur and the leather and all that stuff. So, yeah, people always ask me that, and I don't know. I think I was just kind of born with it, and the more I've kind of immersed myself and learned about kind of the cruelty that comes with more of the farm animal side of things. Obviously not all farm animals, but a lot of the slaughterhouses and factory farming. Mm-hmm. That's kind of where I've been focusing my time and energy on the past year or so.
Yeah. Well, and I know that's, especially with like this occupation, it's, being a model, and I mean, there's so many, I don't even know what I want to say here, but I think it would be so easy for you not to do and take the stance that you did. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that I think is really, really amazing is, you stood up for, for your beliefs. Yes. And you've, and your career with, your platform, you've actually been able to make a difference. And I think, it takes a special person to do that, because not many people will take that stance because they'd be, scared of risking possibly a job or a gig somewhere,
Yeah, and I think it's really cool to see that you're not just beautiful on the outside, but beautiful on the inside as well, which is obviously, gives you so much more longevity than a lot of these other girls out there.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I've definitely turned down, some jobs here or there just because they've involved animal products or whatnot. But, yeah, I think having this platform, if there's something that you believe in and stand for, this is the perfect time to share that and create awareness. So that's kind of my goal right now.
Awesome.
Well, we gotta switch gears here and talk a little bit about I guess Monster Energy, because I met you 4 years ago out at Vegas to Reno. I know you've worked with some amazing brands. I mean, Traxxas, General and Continental Tire, obviously Monster Energy. And I think I remember, we were talking and I followed you and you had 20,000 Instagram followers at the time or something. Now I look and you're there at 100K, and I'm like, not only that, but you're getting the good gigs. You're getting Supercross. You're getting NASCAR. You've got to be really excited with where your career has gone.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been super lucky and super blessed. I've just put in the work, and here I am. So I'm so happy and thankful. Obviously, being with Monster Energy is kind of the top tier in my line of work. So it's been a really, really fun ride.
Yeah, how was it last year with NASCAR? I know that was a big one. That was like, it was the first year Monster Energy had, their title sponsorship in NASCAR, and you were at just about every single race. I mean, you were like in victory lane. I mean, how was that for you? Because that had to been something completely different than what you're used to.
Yeah, absolutely. It was absolutely crazy. I mean, starting off, I think fans and just the general public was a little confused about, bringing in Monster Energy and our risque, quote-unquote, outfits. But kind of going through the season, fans were just so accepting and so excited. And to get to know the fans and the drivers and the crew people on a one-on-one level, it was really cool to kind of just see that they were accepting of us, realizing we're just normal people. And it was awesome. Standing on victory lane is like crazy. It's one of the most cool experiences, minus getting champagne in your eyeballs, but super, super cool.
Ugh, and in your hair and everything. Oh, that's a sticky disaster. I usually try to run off. I used to have to, film some of the victory lane celebrations, and I'd be like, no, hold on, and run away before I would get all sticky and gross for the rest of the night.
Oh, yeah. Every Sunday night is like a deep conditioning hair treatment. Right? Get all that gunk out of it.
So what I got to ask, there had to have been one victory lane from last year, because you were, I think, at most of them. There has to have been one that stood out in your mind. Like, which one? It had to have been one where things just got rowdy and out of hand. Which one was it, and who were the drivers involved?
You know what? Of course, I'm going to have to say I've got two, but the first one obviously is going to be the Daytona 500 with our driver Kurt Busch winning.
Yeah,
just being there and having our driver win was amazing. But I will tell you, Martinsville, it was freezing cold. Kyle Busch won, and the fans were, he's a very polarizing guy. So some people love him, some people hate him. Mm-hmm. But I was standing on the podium, and fans were actually throwing beer cans. So that was very intense. I mean, I was scared. One of the crew guys actually got hit in the jaw with a beer can. So that was definitely, and he calls himself Rowdy Busch, that was the most rowdy podium I have ever had, and I've never felt scared, but I was a little scared there. It was pretty crazy.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, I totally know what you mean. Some people love him, and some people hate him, but, I mean, at least at least there wasn't any beer bottles, because I think you might have got, somebody got knocked out.
It could have been much worse.
My goodness.
So I know you've been doing a couple of the Supercross rounds to kick off 2018. Are you going to transition back to NASCAR once NASCAR kicks off, or you for the duration of Supercross? What's things look like for you, Ash?
Yeah, that is a wonderful question. I think we're still kind of figuring it out. I definitely am going to transition back at some point to NASCAR, but kind of up to the bosses in charge at Monster. Kind of, I just go where they put me. I'm grateful either way. So we'll see. But I'll definitely be at NASCAR at some point. We're just not sure when.
Do you have a favorite? I mean, obviously, I have a huge and pretty much only a soft side for two wheels. But what's the difference between the two environments? I've never personally been to a NASCAR race. I know the experience on the floor down at a Supercross, but, is there pros and cons to one or the other, or do you prefer one or the other based on the environments? What's your take on that?
Sure. I mean, I grew up watching NASCAR, so I'm going to be a little bit partial to that.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me, I got some dust from the
I'll let you have that one.
But the cool thing about Supercross is it is on, I hate to say a smaller scale, but it is a lot more intimate.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can see the whole track versus just part of it. Mm-hmm. So maybe the actual viewing experience of Supercross may be a little bit more fun, but I think the overall, I would say for NASCAR, for me, it's more fun just because that's what I grew up with.
Yeah, and you kind of know the ins and outs of that. I guess I feel like if I were to go to a NASCAR race, I wouldn't really know. I don't know the people, I don't know the girlfriends, I don't know the team, the team owners. It'd be a little bit unpersonal experience for me, opposed to Supercross. But I love the fact that Supercross is so action packed and wild, and crashes and drama, and it's just a very high action packed event. And that's why, I've been to a few different motorsports events live, and even from motocross, like outdoor motocross versus Supercross is so exhilarating. I find it's just being in that tight arena, like you did say. The viewing experience is just, it's so wild. Like, it's just insane, especially when you go to something like an A1 or Anaheim 2, where, it's just a very iconic race.
Absolutely, and the production value with the fire and everything.
Yeah, pyro is incredible, cool. Right?
Yeah, well, I saw you got to use the flamethrower recently, right?
What?
Yeah, somehow I got designated to be one of the flamethrowers, so.
Jealous.
Cool. A little scary, but yeah, it's super, super cool.
Well, I've never used a flamethrower in my life, or I'm very jealous right now of you. Dang it.
Yeah, we have to actually get certified and sign our lives away. So
I believe it. You just never want any of your ex-boyfriends standing anywhere near you at that particular time.
That's right.
You need to sign off on that one. No exes allowed when you holding the flamethrower.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate the time calling in. Ashley, we definitely need to do this more often than like once a year, but always fun having you on.
I know. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, take it easy, Ash.
Bye, Ashley.
All right, bye.
All right, that was Ashley Wilkie with Monster Energy. Definitely give her a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Definitely worth it. But we're going to take a short break. We come back. We got Levi LaVallee on the line here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Extreme performance, reliability, and the most fun you can have on four wheels? The Polaris RZR brings it to you. But you don't need to take my word for it. You can take theirs.
I'm Tanner Faust, and I choose the Polaris RZR because it's the most fun you can have with a steering wheel.
What's up? I'm Ronnie Renner, and I choose Polaris RZR because it's the sickest, most reliable side-by-side on the planet.
What's up, everybody? Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. Listen, I'm on Team RZR because it's hands down the best piece of machinery on the planet.
I'm RJ Anderson, and I choose Polaris RZR because it's the most fun, most capable machine.
Action sports stars, TV personalities, and some of the best race car drivers in the world all choose Polaris RZR because it's the ultimate combination of power, suspension, agility, and fun. Find out more information on the web at PolarisRZR.com or follow at Polaris RZR on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag RZRLife to share your story. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible. Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. A 268-horsepower, turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. It's not a sibling rivalry. It's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Want the latest from Jim Beaver and Amy Hood? Follow at Jim Beaver 15 and at Amy Hood 71 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here with my absolute craziest friend on the planet, Levi LaVallee.
Hey, man.
Hey guys, how are you?
We are good. We are good. We're here together. I'm in Parker, Arizona right now. So
it's like first time in 4 years, Levi. So we've been doing radio for 4 years, never been in the studio together.
I have to correct you. I'm pretty sure your craziest friend is Travis Pastrana, because I don't hold a candle to that fella.
Okay.
You just have to jump out of a plane with no parachute, and I will put you right there, I think.
You know what I haven't figured out, and this is just me. Like, and I know you and Travis are friends, and I'm friends with both of you. Both of you are nuts. Like, you're nuts in different ways. I think you're a little more calculated nuts. I think Travis is just a more shoot from the hip nuts. If that makes any sense. I think you. I think
that's a really good analogy. Yeah. Like, I do think Levi is a very calculated risk taker.
Yes.
Who does the craziest shit, but you are calculated. Travis will just be very like, I'm going to do this right now. You know, I'm not going to plan it out and map it out and, calculate it with, all the right specs. I'm just going to do it. Yeah. But you guys are equally do some crazy stuff. And, I think you got one of the craziest things coming up at one of the craziest events of the year, which is, I'm still, mind blown when I found out about it last week. I'm like, what? I want to go.
Yeah, so we got X Games to talk about. We got Super Bowl to talk about.
Let's talk about Super Bowl.
It sucks that the Vikings didn't make it to the Super Bowl. I was pulling. I'm kind of a Minnesota boy. That was a heartbreaker. At least my heart was broken the first quarter instead of the fourth. But it's still exciting for you. You're a Minnesotan. You have, that is your state, and. Like this, the Super Bowl coming is something very special. I know you filmed in downtown Minneapolis with your video, that you did with Red Bull. Just being a part of that's got to be something really, really cool for you.
Yeah, it's a real honor to be able to be involved in the Super Bowl in any capacity. Being able to do a jump on the Saturday before Super Bowl Sunday is really a neat thing for me. And like you said, coming from Minnesota, it's really special. So when the whole idea came about, and they're like, hey, could you do something down for Super Bowl? And everyone really liked the Urban Snowmobile video, and they're like, can you do something to that extent, or what can you do? And as we talked more and more, it kind of evolved into like a one-off stunt. And that's when I said, hey, I think we could do a great big backflip. And one of the limitations is there's not an awful lot of space down there. So that's one of the hurdles we had to overcome. And having a big stunt that's going to be cool and that's going to, really be significant was a little bit challenging to figure out. But then I said, you know what, I've got a ramp that I'm pretty sure we could do 100+ foot backflip, and with the backdrop of the cities and all that, I think it would be really something that people would remember.
Yeah. So explain to me exactly, and I know Nicollet Mall, right? That I've had people go, what is that? And I'm like, Mighty Ducks. And they're like, oh, okay. It's the easiest way to explain it. It's like they're going through it with, on their rollerblades. And they were a throwback to, I don't want to age us, Levi, but, that was probably our jam back in the day, right? So,
me too, you guys. I love the Mighty Ducks.
But, so what exactly is taking place here? I know it's this big jump, but, I've heard a couple city blocks, right?
Yeah, so what they're doing is for Super Bowl, they have all of Nicollet Mall, which is essentially this whole big area of the cities that's going to be blocked off, and they're going to have all these interactive football-related things going on. And what we're going to be doing is on Nicollet and 11th, we're going to have this huge ramp and landing setup, and we're going to have freestyle demo. There's going to be guys doing tricks early on in the show, and then what I'll be doing is I'll be closing the show with a massive backflip. And it's really neat to be able to be a part of the Super Bowl live. It's a huge thing with all kinds of different events and interactive things for people to come and do and see. So like to kind of have a part of that, especially on Saturday, because they have the Super Bowl live goes on like all week long. So like to kind of be like one of the last big shows prior to Super Bowl Sunday is, it's a pretty big deal. So I'm quite honored to be a part of this.
Yeah, that's definitely like, at that time, all eyes are tuned in. Like, the rest of the week kind of hypes everything up. And then it's like you get that prime advertising spot, like that best commercial in the Super Bowl that everybody waits for. That's usually like a Geico commercial. But, yeah, I mean, you got it's – I still, like, I just found out last week about it when we mentioned it on the show. And, like, I had no idea. And I just thought that was, absolutely incredible. And so many people still talk about your, snowmobile ride through downtown Minneapolis, and like, how did Levi be able to make that happen legally? Like, how is he able to do all these wild and crazy things? And it's just so cool to see your relationship with, your hometown city of Minneapolis. I love it. Like, I just love to see you become, the fact that, and it kind of gives me a little bit of hope for maybe the fact that Winnipeg will love me so much one day that I can do all these cool things. I'd love to drive my monster truck down through downtown Manitoba, but I don't know if it ever happened. But it's really cool to see that relationship with the city and their athlete. And I just, I think that's such a cool thing for people to aspire to. And, similar to you and like Ryan Dungey, you two are the very, big athletes and homegrown athletes to come through Minneapolis, and it's just cool to see a city back their athletes like that. I love it.
It has been very cool to see how much the state has supported what we're doing. And when you're speaking of Ryan Dungey, we're actually in LAX right now waiting for a flight to Aspen, and Minneapolis when we left, they have a section that's highlighting Minnesota athletes, and they have like a bunch of Ryan Dungey's gear there, and they have my helmet and goggles from Urban Snowmobiling and the Urban Snowmobiling Loop going in MSP. All I think it's for in Concourse C, but how long did it run for? It runs for a little while. So anyway, it's pretty neat to be able to make it in that select group there. So that's a pretty neat thing. It's neat to be next to Ryan Dungey in there too.
Oh, okay. So Concourse C, I'm actually flying through MSP next week. I got to go home for a week, so I'm gonna definitely take some pictures of it because that's like being in your like high school Hall of Fame times 1,000. So honestly, there's no if. Being a young up-and-coming athlete myself, like that's what I would always aspire to. It's like the people that you can reach, and the medals are cool, but when you get recognized by your state and your city is such an incredible honor, and it's really cool.
Yeah. So I know you had mentioned heading to X Games. We got to talk about that because before we can even get to Super Bowl, we're going to get to X Games. I know you're back. Last year, I know things didn't quite go the way – was it last year that you wanted them to? But this year, I mean, you got anything up your sleeve? I know what happens at that LaVallee compound up there in Longville. You've got some stuff you've been working on. I know you're in speed and style and in freestyle, but you got anything that you're going to try and surprise us with, Levi?
No surprises this year. My main goal is to go out there and just do my run as clean as I can. I had a pretty good run last year. It made some minor. I would have changed things around after the fact. After seeing what happened, I wish I would have changed things a little bit. But overall, I've got a decent run, I think, and that's a fun thing about X Games is you go out there and you're up against the best in the world. So you see if your preparation and your practice and everything that you did to prepare is enough. And sometimes you go in there and you come out swinging and it goes well, and other times you go, well, I got my work cut out for me for next season. But this year my goal is to try to just do my run and have fun with it. I'm excited for speed and style. I haven't done speed and style in a couple of years, and hopefully we can have a good showing there. And the other thing is to try to get out of X Games, knowing that I didn't leave anything on the table, and be ready for the Super Bowl the following week.
Yeah, well, and talking about X Games and freestyle in general, I know you were kind of one of the guys that formed the base of the sport, and you've been there along with the growth and things like that. And I think we're to a point now in freestyle where I see what you do on a snowmobile, and it blows my mind. But I think that people don't realize the nuances of some of the progression that, you and some of the other guys have pushed this sport to, and I feel like it's like they've seen it so many times now that like it's almost like they forget how hard and how difficult and how risky what you guys are doing is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's it's very apparent when, 1 year you do a double backflip and the next year they're like, "Are you doing a triple this year?" "Oh, just 2." And they go, and they like almost yawn, and you go, "Wow, it's pretty tough to keep up with people's expectations." But that's the thing is like nowadays everything is bigger, badder, better, and to like you said, people don't understand how difficult the tricks that we're doing are and how risky they are, and that's one of the things, like practicing and preparing for it. I mean, every day you're going out, it's like you feel like you're rolling the dice, and that's why every year when I go to X Games, I'm nervous as could be. I'm scared. I'm excited, and I just pray that I go and do the things that I know how to do. And if we do that, then I'm happy, and as long as I know I didn't leave anything on the table, then I walk away, win or lose, happy with what I did.
Yeah.
Well, I got to ask. Speaking of X Games, I know you've got a dirt bike in the garage. I know that you've got the Polaris relationship, and obviously Timber Sled is part of the Polaris family. I know you won't do anything unless you know you can do it at a very high level. Have you toyed around on a snow bike at all? Has that even crossed your mind that, hey, maybe I'd like to try the snow bike thing competitively, whether it be freestyle or racing?
The snow bikes are so cool. I personally, this is what's crazy though, I've yet to ride one, which is insane. I have a bike. I don't have a kit yet for my bike, but I looked at it last year, and I legitimately was trying to get set up. I watched the first snowcross race, and they had snow bikes there, and I thought to myself, I'm like, well, I could totally do that. So I was like bound and determined I was going to do that at X Games last year, and after seeing how fast those guys were going at X Games last year, I'm glad that I didn't get things put together, because they are flying. They're going so fast.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen on a dirt bike, I've never seen anyone rail a corner like they do on them snow bikes. Like, it's insane. They are like, I'm not even kidding, they are like flat, like dragon handlebar in the snow, and they're just going so fast. And I remember watching X Games last year, and they had a big bowl turn on the bottom after the finish line, and they would hit it they would kind of roll off a little bit, and then they would just get right back into the gas going down this hill and just blast that turn. And I just looked at it, and I'm like, there is no way that I could do that. I would totally be the guy that would be high-sided or laid over on the inside.
You would be one of the Sports Center highlights, but not for a good reason, right?
Yeah. Well, I would have ended up being the high side and thrown over the berm into the crowd on the other side is where I would have been.
Oh, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, Levi. I know you guys got a flight to catch, but good luck at X Games, my friend. I will definitely be tuned in to watch all the fun at the Super Bowl, and be safe, and tell Kristen hi for me.
All right, man. Good talking with you guys.
All right. You too, Levi.
Safe travels.
All right. Bye now.
All right, that was Levi LaVallee, the legend Levi LaVallee.
Such a legend, man. He does the coolest stuff. He always has something up his sleeve. When he's done one thing, he just got to go and top him himself.
Always got something. We're going to take a short break. We come back. I don't know. We got some odds and ends to catch up, and then we've got Tyler Menninga on hour number 2 on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Want extreme performance, reliability, and the most fun you can have on 4 wheels? The Polaris Razor brings it to you. But you don't need to take my word for it. You can take theirs.
I'm Tanner Faust, and I choose the Polaris Razor because it's the most fun you can have with a steering wheel.
What's up? I'm Ronnie Renner, and I choose Polaris Razor because it's the sickest, most reliable side-by-side on the planet.
What's up, everybody? Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. Listen, I'm on Team Razor because it's hands down the best piece of machinery on the planet.
I'm RJ Anderson, and I choose Polaris RZR because it's the most fun, most capable machine.
Action sports stars, TV personalities, and some of the best race car drivers in the world all choose Polaris RZR because it's the ultimate combination of power, suspension, agility, and fun. Find out more information on the web at PolarisRZR.com or follow at Polaris RZR on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag RazorLife to share your story. Do you race or are you a weekend warrior? Have you checked on the date on your helmet recently? Don't get caught off guard by using an outdated helmet. Impact Racing, the leader in motorsport safety, has new SA 2015 helmets to fit your budget. Whether you're looking for a helmet with a full carbon fiber shell to take you to victory at the Indy 500 or just looking for some helmets for a weekend at Glamis, Impact Racing has a helmet for you. Find out more information at ImpactRaceProducts.com or on Facebook at Impact Safety. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
You've seen their movies.
Man, I'm gonna be late for work again. That's the fifth time I've been late this week. It's only Tuesday, man.
You've probably heard a song or two.
Here's an extra one. Don't give it to your children.
Now, don't miss your chance to see this Grammy Award-winning comic duo, Cheech and Chong, at the Blue Water Resort and Casino.
Who is it?
Dave, man, open up.
Dave? Dave's not here.
Tickets on sale now for Cheech and Chong performing live Saturday, January 27th on the Blue Water Amphitheater stage. Doors open at 3 p.m. Show starts at 4 p.m. Arizona time. Advanced general admission tickets $45. VIP tickets just $65. General admission seating can bring your own chairs. Must be 21 or older to attend the show. Visit BlueWaterFun.com or purchase now at the Blue Water Casino gift shop for Cheech and Chong live.
Resort and Casino. Right on the water, right on the money.
Want the latest from Jim Beaver and Amy Houde? Follow at Jim Beaver 15 and at Amy Houde 71 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR with the legend Levi LaVallee. Man, that guy, he just blows my mind. What is he going to think of next, right?
Well, and we always talk about very admirable athletes and, how Travis Pastrana is super down-to-earth, normal dude. Well, Levi LaVallee invited me to his house with my boyfriend at the time to learn how to drive a RZR.
That's when we were having you do Terracross for the first time.
Yes, I got to go down to Levi's house, and he was so welcoming, got to stay in his guest room. Him and his wife took me for breakfast in the morning, and they live in this tiny little town. And the
Longville. It's amazing.
Yeah, amazing. And, everyone loves him. Again, him and Travis, I like how you did compare the two, which is the wildest, but they're also the most down-to-earth, normal people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
They're so rad.
Yeah, they are absolutely he's one of my best friends in the industry, and it's just amazing to see what he's accomplished. Him and his wife, they're so pleasant to deal with.
Oh, and Kristen, she is just the coolest woman ever, and they got the coolest kids. If that's not family goals, I don't know what else is. Him and Trav are my goals. I need to have a career like them and a little family like them.
I need a compound like them. Both Travis and Levi have some rad compounds.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
I need a mini compound like that with the foam pit and everything. I don't even know what I'd use a foam pit for at this point in time. But
have one for me.
Just to have one
for me.
Yeah, not like I'm going to start freestyling, but I still want a foam pit, right? That's my goal.
If you build it, they will come. Yeah. Maybe people will come by and check it out.
All right, we're going to take a short break. We come back. I don't know. We got Dirtfish Rally Report coming at you. want extreme performance, reliability, and the most fun you can have on four wheels? The Polaris RZR brings it to you. But you don't need to take my word for it. You can take theirs.
I'm Tanner Faust, and I choose the Polaris RZR because it's the most fun you can have with a steering wheel.
What's up? I'm Ronnie Renner, and I choose Polaris RZR because it's the sickest, most reliable side-by-side on the planet.
What's up, everybody? Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. Listen, I'm on Team RZR because it's hands down the best piece of machinery on the planet.
I'm RJ Anderson, and I choose Polaris RZR because it's the most fun, most capable machine.
Action sports stars, TV personalities, and some of the best race car drivers in the world all choose Polaris RZR because it's the ultimate combination of power, suspension, agility, and fun. Find out more information on the web at PolarisRZR.com or follow at Polaris RZR on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag RazorLife to share your story.
Like what you hear? Catch all the back episodes of the Down and Dirty Radio Show on Apple Podcast, and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Jim Beaver, Amy Houde in studio here in Arizona, where the weather is beautiful, but I know some places around this country it is officially winter. It is not in Parker, Arizona, but some places
Winnipeg.
it is.
Winnipeg.
Yeah, well, I said this country. Winterpeg. I just call you the North Pole up there, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's minus 50 degrees. It's terrible.
Yeah, so
That's why I'm in Arizona.
For those of you who aren't in the warm weather, I know you have to winterize your Polaris RZR and get you ready for the spring. Well, GenuinePolarisParts.com has you covered with all things you need to winterize your Polaris RZR. And, of course, if you're looking for genuine Polaris parts, there's obviously no better place than GenuinePolarisParts.com. The assurance and dependability is in the name. They make it easy and stress-free by having all the diagrams associated with the year, make, model of your unit. Once you narrow down your search, you'll see a list of diagrams that will let you visually see the parts you need to be replaced, and it'll eliminate the headache and second-guessing of your part to explain which one you need over the counter at the dealership. Go to GenuinePolarisParts.com/JimBeaver, and you'll be able to redeem a special offer only exclusive to listeners of this show. Again, that's GenuinePolarisParts.com/JimBeaver. Get your parts delivered directly to you with GenuinePolarisParts.com. Thank you, Genuine Polaris Parts, for your support of the show. And, man, we've got some amazing partners and supporters in this show. But one of them is Subaru, and I know I haven't brought it up very often, but in February, if you guys are interested, they have something called the Subaru Winter Driving Experience, and that is in Wisconsin on a frozen lake in February. You get to drive 300 horsepower Subaru WRX STIs on a frozen lake and learn how to drive in the wintertime. I'm telling you, it is absolutely going to be epic. So if you guys are interested in that, I know my friends at Dirtfish are partnering with Subaru on it. Patrick Sandell, he's going to be up there. I think Travis Pastrana is at some point in time as well. But definitely go to Subaru's website. I think it's SubaruWinterExperience.com, and you can get full details on how to go up there and shred some Subarus on a frozen lake. Doesn't that sound like blasted?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Yes, like I ride ice bikes on the lake. I'd love to drive a Subaru. That'd be a pretty amazing experience.
Yeah. So definitely check it out, SubaruWinterDrivingExperience.com, and it's all over their social media feed at this point in time. But lots of good stuff coming out of our good friends at Subaru. We are going to take a short commercial break. We come back. We got a lot of Supercross and Dakar to talk about. Amy Houde and I, it is going to be a ton of fun here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty radio show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it, so when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our RZR vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of RZR vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a RZR 170 like me, take the entire family out in a RZR XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new RZR XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris RZR. Check out the full Polaris RZR lineup at Polaris.com, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. Your life demands a tire that provides durability, comfort, and performance, and that's what General Tire delivers for you. From the all-season grip of the Grabber UHP to the comfort and on-road manners of the Grabber HTS to the durability and off-road traction of the Grabber AT2, General has a tire that will help get you where you need to go. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible, because with General Tire, anywhere is possible. Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
Thanks for tuning in to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, available live online, in syndication on networks across the U.S., and available internationally on the American Forces Network.
And we're back here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR, Jim Beaver, and Miss Amy Hood. Yeah, we got to talk some Dakar, some Supercross. I want to get some Dakar talk done so we can talk about some shenanigans that is Supercross. But Dakar did finish up over the weekend, and I guess the big one is Menzies went out. We had Sebastian Loeb out. We had everybody you thought had a shot at the win was out. So Carlos Sainz took the win, Alatia second, Janelle de Villiers in third, Stefan Petterhansel fourth. Those are, I guess, guys you would obviously expect to see up there. Nanny Roma, Bryce Menzies, Sebastian Loeb, they are MIA, DNF, Dunzo. But a big shout-out goes to Carlos Sainz on his second ever Dakar win. Massive, massive victory. And we got to talk about the bike side of things, too, because we had some interesting things happen. Matthias Walkner, we got to give a big shout-out to him, the Red Bull KTM team, taking the victory at Dakar. Toby Price. Whoop, whoop. I've actually been texting with Toby since the Dakar got over. He's going to be on air very, very soon with Amy and I, and it's been 2 years since we've had him, and he was one of my favorite guests ever.
Minus not being able to understand him when he gets really excited, which is super cute. I mean, I like it.
Yeah, but Toby, I don't know. It's funny because we've had this conversation in the off-road community. We kind of claim him as our own. He's Australian, but he's kind of American.
Yeah. Kind of.
He's kind of like you, Hood. You're Canadian, but you're kind of American.
I am a globe trotter.
Yeah,
I am.
So Toby is definitely that guy. But anyways, he ended up rallying back to a third place, and he had some bad days in the middle of the rally. So big shout out to him. But I do want to give a shout out. I gotta find the results here. I wanted to find her official result, and I said her. I mean that, and I say that this woman is the greatest female motorcycle racer on the planet of any kind. She's got X Games medals, Endurocross medals, hard enduro medals. She battled against the men to a 12th place finish in the freaking Dakar Rally. Lia Sanz, you got to give her credit. That's
That's
legit.
insane. Well, I mean, what's so legit about it? I mean, men and women, we're on equal playing fields nowadays, Jim. So it doesn't surprise me that she could be right up there with the girls or with the boys. And again, I think the coolest thing about motorsports, I know that men and women are built differently. Like, I get that. I get biology, okay? But the cool thing about motorsports is it's a platform for men and women to be on the same playing field because we are on a machine. So, motorsports are, like strategic and technicality and, you can be a really smart driver and be way better than the boys. Like sometimes men only think about going balls to the wall and don't have the strategic side to it. And I mean, it don't surprise me at all. No. Women should be at the top of the food chain in all aspects motorsports, okay?
No, and I agree with you. And I mean, you know me. I'm one of the biggest supporters of women in motorsport. I know you are. But when it includes a steering wheel and a cage, absolutely. Women are 100% everything of a guy. But I think with the handlebars, like that's when biology, like you put the best female motocross racer in the world and put her in a supercross race.
I think supercross is different than the Dakar. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because supercross, again, is one of those sports that is very balls to the wall. It's extremely intimidating to come out of a corner and have a 75-foot straight up and down triple, where men, I think, and the physical endurance of a 20-lap supercross race is physically different than an endurance type of race, where I do think women can be trained endurance-wise. I think that we have the ability to be physically built to endure long-distance racing, where, the high-performance side of it, I think maybe we're coming that way. I don't really know, but I've seen in history a lot of women to be extremely successful in the long, like, the Baja, the Dakar, those types of events. And, I mean, look at our girl Jackie. I mean, she solo-womaned the Vegas to Reno, right? Vegas Reno.
With a screwed up leg.
Right? I mean, I think now, I do think that Supercross and outdoor motocross is going to be very different than something like the Dakar, where, and it is half endurance, but Jim, it's also half a mental, very strategic type of race, where you need to know when to give it your all and when to conserve. And I think that takes a very smart driver or rider, and I think again this is the type of two-wheel motorsport that I think women also can have a very big advantage, because let's be honest here, we think a lot more fully of things than men do sometimes. I think men are very impulsive and women are very tactical and strategic. And
it's funny you say that, because when I went to pick you up at the airport yesterday, I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and he had Danica Patrick on, and it was a side of Danica you never get, and that's what Joe Rogan, why he is one of the best interviewers in the world. I absolutely love Joe Rogan. But they were talking about men, and it was the same thing, and they were talking about Danica and how she's been successful in motorsport because she's not a man. Because guys, the testosterone, and it's like, I got a bigger, in my pants, and and
I got a bigger car than you do.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's like, guys,
me faster.
Yeah, it's like, seriously, caveman, beat your chest, and
but
like it's so what? Like guys, like they ruin it.
No, it's the same for girls, and like I figured this out. When we go to the when I was young and would go to the races, it was kind of the same deal. You always want to be faster than the fastest chick. Sometimes I don't care about the guy. I don't want to be faster than the fastest guy, but you better believe that I'm going to be the alpha woman on that track. They're not allowed to be no girl faster than me. Like, that's how my mentality was growing up at a track as a chick. You want to be the best. It transitioned to now, like, you go to the practice track, I still want to be faster than the fastest dude. But, when I was competing against women in the professional women's division, now I just kind of, float around B class, vet class. But, when I was competing against women, man, it was the same thing. We are super alpha, but in our own domain. But now I think with the progression of motorsports and, the fact that women start on a younger age now, and there's so many more girls. And, we have some of the young girls who are racing the junior supercross and the 125 class, Hannah Hodges. Hannah, Vicky Golden, a lot of these girls are paving the way for to show that men and women in motorsports can be on equal playing fields. Danica in NASCAR, it's the same thing. And look at every girl in Monster Jam. girls are kicking the boys' butts in Monster Jam because that is definitely a motorsports division where we're given the same types of machines that we can compete on the same level.
With UTVs.
Yeah.
UTV racing.
Yeah, everything.
So Sarah and Kristen Matlock and, just some amazing, talented female UTV racers.
Exactly. And look at Haley Deegan, okay? Yeah. We got to bring her on next week to talk about her because this is a young girl. I don't even, she's 16?
She's very young.
16 years old and, carving the way. Not even paving the way. This girl's digging her own rut and, she's going to be breaking, molds and stereotypes for generations and generations, but she's young in NASCAR, and it's a very hard platform to break. So
I agree, and I know Danica, even on that interview, she was talking about it, and she's one I need to reach out to and see if we can get her on at some point. But she just said it takes a very there's a lot of successful women in motorsports. It takes a very specific woman to be successful in NASCAR, just because it's a different.
That's the old school, Southern way where the women should be in the kitchen cooking cornbread and collard greens. You know what it is, but also
make me a sandwich.
Yeah, go make me a sandwich. Guess what? I'm going to make you the best dang sandwich you ever eat after I beat your butt on the track. Because don't get me wrong, I love to cook, okay, but I'm also a bad woman on the track too. So I love the fact that we can play all realms. We have all aspects now. We can get down and dirty and still be a female and a woman and own all of the realms. So I think take one for the girls, and there's no doubt in my mind that girl just kicked butt into car.
Yeah, absolutely. So big shout out to Laya on her I'd say it's a victory. I mean,
it is victory for sure.
It's a victory.
Good job, Laya.
Yeah, good job. She's rad. But we're going to take a short break. We didn't even get to Supercross. We'll get to it at some point. If we don't get it on this show, we're going to talk about it in the podcast this week. So there you go. But we're going to take a short break. We come back. We have some fan questions coming at you, and I believe Amy is going to be live Instagramming our interview with Tyler coming up. So if you got questions.
No, we're going to be live Instagramming our fan questions.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. We'll be back after this on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. You want extreme performance, reliability, and the most fun you can have on four wheels? The Polaris Razor brings it to you. But you don't need to take my word for it. You can take theirs.
I'm Tanner Faust, and I choose the Polaris Razor because it's the most fun you can have with a steering wheel.
What's up? I'm Ronnie Renner, and I choose Polaris Razor because it's the sickest, most reliable side-by-side on the planet.
What's up, everybody? Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. Listen, I'm on Team Razor because it's hands down the best piece of machinery on the planet.
I'm RJ Anderson, and I choose Polaris Razor because it's the most fun, most capable machine.
Action sports stars, TV personalities, and some of the best race car drivers in the world all choose Polaris Razor because it's the ultimate combination of power, suspension, agility, and fun. Find out more information on the web at PolarisRazor.com or follow at Polaris Razor on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag RazorLife to share your story. Your life demands a tire that provides durability, comfort, and performance, and that's what General Tire delivers for you. From the all-season grip of the Grabber UHP to the comfort and on-road manners of the Grabber HTS to the durability and off-road traction of the Grabber AT2, General has a tire that will help get you where you need to go. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible, because with General Tire, anywhere is possible. Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle and Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount.
All the big names are on Podcast One Sportsnet, the home of Dan Patrick.
If I'm hanging out with any of the Kardashians, I'm hanging out with Khloe.
As well as news shows like Red Circle Sports with Dennis Miller.
Goodell has become completely full of it.
Wriggle's Picks with Rob Riggle and Sarah Tiana.
Do you know the difference between a million and a billion?
The B.
And AP Sports Weekly with Jim Litke.
Have you guys ever considered trading Alabama for the Cleveland Browns?
All this and more exclusively on PodcastOneSports.com and the Podcast One app.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. A 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. It's not a sibling rivalry. It's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Want the latest from Jim Beaver and Amy Hood? Follow at Jim Beaver 15 and at Amy Hood 71 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Welcome back to your favorite motorsports radio show. It's Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. And you know what? We got to talk about your bucket list for just a minute. That's right, your bucket list. You know what should be on it? It's a trip to one of the greatest spectacles in all of motorsports, the Indianapolis 500. I went last year, and trust me, it is absolutely insane. And this isn't just any trip I'm talking about, but I'm talking about the ultimate Indy 500 fan experience. That's exactly what AMSOIL, makers of some of the best synthetic motor oils on the planet, is giving away this spring. One grand prize winner will win a trip of a lifetime to the Indianapolis 500 to watch some of the fastest cars and best drivers battle to have their names etched alongside the greats like Foyt, Andretti, Unser, and Castroneves. But that's not all. Listen to what awaits the grand prize winner. Pit access, dinner with an Indy 500 legend, VIP track access, suite access to watch the race, $1,000 in cash, round-trip airfare for two, hotel accommodations for two for 5 nights near Indianapolis Motor Speedway, grand transportation, and the chance to meet the drivers. Just like when they're making high-performance synthetic motor oils, AMSOIL went the extra mile with this sweepstakes. It's not enough. 10 first-place winners will receive 1 free digital download code for Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game. So to enter, go to the AMSOIL Ultimate Indy 500 Fan Experience. Text INDY, I-N-D-Y, to 41487. That's INDY to 41487, or visit AMSOIL.com/Indy. And as we're doing that, Amy is seriously texting right now. She wants to go to the Indy 500. I don't blame her.
I want to go to the Indy 500, but I also want to talk some fan questions here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, and we are also Instagram Live. Say hi, Jim. Hi to my Instagram. Say hi. Hey, so this is a good opportunity for us to, if you have any questions too, just spit them on in there. But we do have our first question from Brad in Pennsylvania. Brad, I hope we are friends on Instagram so that you're watching this. But Brad, I got to change your question up a little bit because you asked me how to do a backflip on a monster truck.
I want to know that.
But I haven't done one yet, so I don't really...
That's what he's asking. I think that's what he's asking.
Oh, how do you learn? Oh, I thought you wanted to know how I learned how to do a backflip on a dirt bike.
You can tell us both, but
okay.
I want to know the monster. I know how you did the dirt bike. We've heard that story. I want to know about a monster truck.
I know. Well, I think if
How is that? How do you learn that?
I don't know yet. It's very different. It's not like there's a foam pit like at Pastrana's, which is where I learned how to backflip on a dirt bike. But, our best person we should have asked is Kristen Anderson because she got the opportunity to do one at World Finals last year. So, we can save that.
Is that kind of just a huck it?
It is just a huck it. You get one opportunity and you better make it good because, it's all show or no go, right? You just got to make it happen. That's like any other thing that we do in Monster Jam. We're in a show and we want to learn a new trick. You just got to try it out and you hope for the best. But, it's different. Okay, look, I think I got to learn from the best person ever. Street Bike Tommy taught me how to do a backflip, and yeah, it was a pretty cool experience. I actually have it all on GoPro video, them trying to explain to me how to do a backflip. And the coolest thing about going to Pastrana's is the first time you ever jump into the foam pit, it actually is not allowed to be a jump into the foam pit. Your first attempt, it has to be a backflip. So you can't just go off and try it and test the ramp out. Your first attempt into that foam pit has to be a backflip attempt. And, that's where you just go and, get your lady balls all warmed up.
Your lady balls, huh?
Your lady balls. You just, it's like I said, all show or no go.
Where are the lady balls located on the human anatomy?
All in there, my friend.
I just had to ask that.
Right?
Okay.
Where's your lady balls, it's up here. It's a mental game. And it's funny because I have a YouTube video of me pumping myself up and trying to get all ready to do this backflip. And they're like, come on, don't be a girl. And I'm like, Okay, lady balls on, brain off. And that's basically what it is. And
so you got like a switch in the back of your head. You
yep,
just flip it?
Yep. That's all.
Brain
off, lady balls on.
Right, you need like a T-shirt, Amy Hood.
Lady
like,
balls.
Hashtag lady balls.
Hashtag lady balls. If you guys want to see a T-shirt, look, I guess everyone thinks it's funny, but it's true. I mean, ladies, chime in here. Don't you agree? Like, it takes some lady balls to sometimes go and do things that you never thought you'd be able to do. I never thought I would ever do a backflip on a dirt bike. That's why after it, I got a tattoo that says "Never Settle." I got it in Travis Pastrana's kitchen. One of the coolest tattoos I think ever. But so I feel like after I did a backflip on a dirt bike, because it's such a mental thing, I'll be able to do one in a monster truck. Like once you do one, you can do them all. Yeah. So, all right, Jim, I got a question for you now.
All right,
Michael in Flagstaff, Arizona. That's right here.
I know.
Yay, Jim. Are you going to be racing razors in both BITD and Terracross and always in them on social media? So how has that transition been in your career? And are you doing any racing in trophy trucks anymore? And I mean, this is a good question because I came here wanting to drive a trophy truck, and now I can't, but I'm still stoked we're going to drive some razors. But
I'm doing both. That is the all right, sweet. We get
you laugh.
So, I'm still doing both. Obviously, I got a great relationship with Polaris Razor. I'm doing Best of the Desert and Terracross this year. I'm doing both. Trophy truck, we got a new engine being built. So it is going in. I probably won't do but maybe 2 trophy truck races this year. But I will do pretty much full-time in razors. The transition, I don't know. You just follow the industry, right?
Yeah,
it all
you
moves,
do.
and it's like you. It'd be like, oh, you hung up the motocross bike for Monster Jam. Like,
I
you
didn't.
You do both. Like I do both.
I know. That's the thing. I hate when people say
doors open.
Yeah.
Doors open, and you step through them, and that's what I do with Polaris razors. I step through the door, and I still got my foot in the trophy truck world. I'm just doing both.
Yeah, I mean, I always say I just got 2 more wheels and a lot more horsepower. And a roll cage. I mean, having a roll cage makes it easier to go to, do the rest of my career. But I never hung up my 2 wheels. Like, I have not stopped racing motocross. I've stopped racing professionally. But then again, I'll still show up at a women's national and, try to stick to all the young ones. But, I'm 28 years old. I'm competing against, 16-year-old girls who are whipping my butt, okay? Like, the Hannah Hodges of the world are way too fast for me to keep up to these days. But I still like to make my presence known. I still like to go and rip on 2 wheels, maybe drive some 2-strokes, 500s. But, it's cool to try something different. And, I feel like once, you've done all you can in your trophy truck or on 2 wheels, I've accomplished what I wanted to. I raced the World Championships. I've raced the Nationals. What else is out there? What else can we do in motorsports? Look at my hair on this thing.
I think Amy and I have both said, and I just to the point in my career, I'll step through any door. I don't care. I just want to do rad stuff.
Yeah.
I want to try as much stuff as I possibly can.
Rad things only. That's on my Instagram. Hashtag rad things only. You
that's
give
where
me
we're
something
at.
to drive, rad.
I'm doing everything. So
We'll
trophy trucks, razors, the whole works. So I don't know. Next question, right? We got we got segments here, time slots. So next question. This one's a little more serious, but I like it. Michael in Utah, and I do know very much about this because I just watched a thing with TJ Lavin. But Jim and Amy, I don't know which show this is for, meaning probably Project Action or this one, maybe both. Did you see that pro BMX rider Matt Berenger just came out as the first openly gay pro BMX rider? I think it's great. I just want to know your thoughts and comments. First off, Matt Berenger, you are a badass. He is a legend. He is one of the greatest BMX riders of all time. And the fact that he's gay, good for him. Whatever makes him happy. I don't care. I mean, I'd give the guy a hug and a high five if he was in here right now. Good for him. He chose happiness in his life.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we'd even have to comment whether there's how do you feel about that? I don't see color. I don't see black and white, and I don't see gay, straight, or bisexual, or whatever you want to be. I don't.
Life's too short. Choose happiness.
Oh, yeah. That's it. That's all.
I don't care what makes you happy. Choose it.
Yeah.
Within reason.
No, I mean, you don't want to go do something bad. Yeah. But I really don't think that gender, race, or sexual orientation has any meaning, or it shouldn't even be brought up. Just how do you feel to be a girl in motorsports? Yeah, I mean, cool. It's a thing now. I like competing against guys, but it really is it a thing?
To me, you're just a race car driver.
Yeah.
You're not a girl race car driver.
You're just a BMX rider. I really don't care. about anything, because it's all fine nowadays, just like the gender-neutral bathrooms. I mean, I'm Canadian, so we're very forward. We're very
progressive.
Progressive, that's the right
word. Progressive.
And I've been brought up and taught to never have an opinion about someone else's life. Like, good on you. Choose happiness every day.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
what do you guys think out there on social media? You tell me what you think about it.
Yeah,
all right, cool. What about our last question about Sam in England?
Sam in England. I don't know if this is a guy Sam or a girl Sam, but
Hi,
Sam
Sam.
in England. What would it take for you guys to cover more British and European racing on the show? More RX, Rally Raid, WRC, and F1, please. And I'm sure they want to throw in some of that motocross from across the pond as well, right?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. Man, you guys are going crazy.
Do we get any good fan questions or anything over
Yeah,
there?
someone send me a cool fan question right now on Instagram Live. Let's do it.
We do have a little bit of
First
time.
one to come up, send me a question.
Yeah, we only got
right
time
now.
for one additional question, but I don't know. Like, we cover a bit when there's big stories on stuff from Europe. Like, we cover it, but like our fans, like, and listeners, we've tried. Like, they don't go to stuff like that, like they do, stuff in the U.S. and Canada and Mexico. So
Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot. Like once, we talk a lot of rallies over there and on the UK
Dakar.
side.
I mean, that's kind of a European thing. Like, I don't know. Like, we do. Like, if you guys, I don't know. Like, I'm open to it, but like, seriously, tell us what you want to hear. Say, hey, I want you to comment on this thing that happened, and we'll do it. So.
Oh man, I mean, sometimes you get really nice comments, and then you get a lot of people be like, how did you get into Monster Jam? Cool. But then a lot of people are like, you so ugly. Well, thanks, man. Makes me really appreciate it. I know this headset makes my hair look crazy, but I think it's a new thing. So, whatever.
Oh, man. So what do we got? 30 seconds left. Yeah, we got to go do a short break, and we got Tyler Menninga calling in after the break.
I'm
so
stoked.
It's going to be awesome. Looking forward to that. If you got any questions for Tyler, are you going to keep that feed going?
Yeah, I mean, we can keep this feed going. If any of you guys have any questions for fellow Monster Jam driver Tyler Menninga, hit me up right now on Instagram Live, and we'll ask him live on the air. What do you
All right. So we'll be back after this on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Want extreme performance, reliability, and the most fun you can have on four wheels? The Polaris Razor brings it to you. But you don't need to take my word for it. You can take theirs.
I'm Tanner Faust, and I choose the Polaris Razor because it's the most fun you can have with a steering wheel.
What's up? I'm Ronnie Renner, and I choose Polaris Razor because it's the sickest, most reliable side-by-side on the planet.
What's up, everybody? Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. Listen, I'm on Team Razor because it's hands down the best piece of machinery on the planet.
I'm RJ Anderson, and I choose Polaris Razor because it's the most fun, most capable machine.
Action sports stars, TV personalities, and some of the best race car drivers in the world all choose Polaris Razor because it's the ultimate combination of power, suspension, agility, and fun. Find out more information on the web at PolarisRazor.com or follow at Polaris Razor on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag RazorLife to share your story.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
Do you race, or are you a weekend warrior? Have you checked on the date on your helmet recently? Don't get caught off guard by using an outdated helmet. Impact Racing, the leader in motorsport safety, has new SA 2015 helmets to fit your budget. Whether you're looking for a helmet with a full carbon fiber shell to take you to victory at the Indy 500, or just looking for some helmets for a weekend at Glamis, Impact Racing has a helmet for you. Find out more information at ImpactRaceProducts.com or on Facebook at Impact Safety. Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports. Beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems, KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. A 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Thanks for tuning in to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, available live online, in syndication on networks across the U.S., and available internationally on the American Forces Network.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Houde here with a guy I feel really sorry for about now because he's going to get hit with some crazy questions. Tyler Menninga, how's everything going, my friend?
Hey, Tyler, how are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, welcome to, I don't know, the next probably 14 minutes of your life that you're going to regret you ever said yes to.
That is such a lie. Oh, my gosh. Okay, for you guys who don't know, Tyler, he is a Monster Jam driver with me. And, I mean, this guy's just no Monster Jam driver. He is 2017 Triple Threat East champion, 2017 Arena Wheelie champion, am I right? And he's also the guy who is paving the way for all of us to try to keep up to him and his two-wheel skills. Like, well, you made, was it Fox Sports Highlight News, Tyler? Like, you did the longest wheelie in history, right? The longest one ever?
Yeah, it was a minute and 11 seconds.
A minute and 11 seconds.
It was everywhere, all over the internet.
All over TV.
So
like I saw
that blew
this
up
stuff.
crazy.
Yeah, man, it was all over the place. Like, it went viral. Your wheelie went viral. And now, because of you, we've actually have cut-off wheelie times. We're not allowed to go over 3 minutes, thanks to you, because he's just out there wheeling all over the darn place.
The Tyler rule. You got your own rule named after you. That's legit.
Don't pull a Tyler Menninga. That's what they tell all of us.
Well, I got a question for you, and this is just like, and I know we had Kristen Anderson on last year, but like, out of all the trucks, and Amy will tell you Zombie's the best, so you just ignore her for the next 30 seconds. But stepping into Gravedigger, man, like, out of all the trucks, like, I mean, when they say, hey, Tyler, we're going to put you in Gravedigger, I mean, there's something that's got to flash through your head, right? That's like, holy crap, like, out of all the trucks, this is the one I'm driving?
And he started with Blue Thunder. So also, you did start with a very iconic truck, and then you moved up to an even more iconic and obviously the best of the best. So, how was that phone call that told you that you're going to be driving Gravedigger?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, I was, perfectly content driving Blue Thunder. It was, awesome first year behind the wheel and everything. And I honestly didn't even see it coming. So, and they called me, and it's not like I really even had the desire to drive Gravedigger. I just wanted to drive a truck in general. I didn't care what color it was, whatever it was. But, when they called me and said, hey, I think we're going to put you in Gravedigger this year, and I was just like, holy cow, it's pretty crazy. And, it was the 35th anniversary, too. Like, the first year that I drove, was the biggest year of Gravedigger so far, and just, it was awesome. I couldn't ask for a better fit now, thinking on it. I think it's a good fit for me, and, it's been good so far. It's the second year in now, and things are just going so well, and I wouldn't change it now.
And that's true. I mean, they talk about the fit, and, we don't really have the option of what we want to drive. I love that I got Zombie. I do think it represents me and my personality. But, it's always the best of the best drivers behind the wheel of Gravedigger. And, we've obviously, even when you're not on the show, I hope your ears are burning because we talk about you all the time, and we talk about this progression in motorsports, the progression of freestyle motocross, the progression of, side-by-sides and razors, and then we talk about the progression of Monster Jam, and, having these arena shows where we transition from just a normal wheelie competition to two-wheel skills because of how insane all these young and up-and-coming athletes are. We're changing the game for all these old-timers with all, how technical that we are now with our tricks. And you, Tyler, are really paving the way with your two-wheel skills and, what you can do in your moonwalks and your front nose wheelies and everything. But, how do you come up with this, and how is your, what's next for you? I mean, do you have anything kind of in your book of magic tricks that you want to do now that you've literally done the longest wheelie of all time? What's next?
Yeah, I got obviously always looking to do different things. I've my latest thing I've been working on is doing like a dirt bike whip. I'll come up to a jump drifting and then turn the rear steer the opposite way, and it'll whip sideways in the air. And it's crazy.
Right.
It's like it is way cooler than like the nose wheelie in my opinion. Like just to be able to take a truck and just throw it sideways and have it land, and it'll go bad at one point, I'm sure, and roll over or whatever. But
people like to see that too.
The one time I got the best one, it was awesome. So. But I'm always like every time I'm at the track, I'm always looking, at the track, and how I can do stuff different. And like our track's the same every week, but I mean, the way they build the track's a little different every week, even though it is the same. Like the steepness of the jumps, the lips on the tops, and all that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that I have left that I want to do, but then I have a lot of stuff like whenever I get into the stadium, setting that I have that playing that I think it will blow a lot of people's minds. So, it's just going to be time and a lot of practice on some of it. And this weekend I actually almost did the one thing that I've been wanting to do for a while, and it's a 360 in a wheelie. So if you get up on the back tires, I've tried to turn the rear steer before and all that, and it doesn't work. The truck just pushes straight. But this weekend I got lucky and just got the right bounce, and it twisted into a 180, and I ended up rolling over. But I mean, it just proves to it is possible to do the 360 on the dirt. It's been done on the concrete before, but it's just there's always something that's new that I want to do and just bring out for everybody. So,
and a lot of these things are learned kind of by trial and error. I mean, a lot of people don't know, with a dirt bike, we go out to a practice track. If we're not good at something, we go and we practice until we're better, and then we take our practice time to our race time. In Monster Jam, you just got to wing it all out on show day. You don't have a lot of opportunity to really go and practice doing what we want to do. So, it takes a lot of like calculated and watching videos and, and really like doing your homework. And I know there's one thing that you guys, like people play. I'm not really a gamer, but do you play the rods and rigs or rigs and rods game that I know is like the one opportunity for Monster Jam people to practice your skills?
Yeah, I mean, I do a little bit. But the thing about that is it really doesn't give you the feel of the truck.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
There's people you can watch Monster Jam and you can tell if you can watch someone driving and you can be able to tell if they have the natural feel or if they don't. So like that's the one thing that I don't like about that game. I mean it shows you like what the truck can do if it hits this, but in my opinion it's just the same as watching videos on YouTube. On YouTube of everyone out there doing their stuff. So that's like my main thing is I'll get on YouTube. Like after this weekend, I was looking up, videos from San Diego and San Antonio and all the stadium guys, because even though it's a stadium, you can still learn a lot from those guys, and a lot of it transfers over to arenas, and then the same thing, a lot of arena stuff transfers over to stadiums. So watching videos and then, paying attention at the shows and stuff is like your biggest thing on learning new stuff and, getting better every week.
Yeah, do you feel like, and this goes back to kind of the Gravedigger thing, and I mean, you're really progressive in looking at what everybody else is doing and learning, but do you feel like being that you're in the Gravedigger truck, I mean, let's face it, they don't put, not that there's anybody lame in Monster Jam, but they're not going to put anybody lame in Gravedigger, right? So do you feel like you're having to continually progress and prove yourself, you know what I mean, because of the truck you're driving?
I mean, I had kind of the same attitude even when I drove Blue Thunder. Like, I look back on videos of me driving Blue Thunder and I was like, wow, I wasn't very good back then. But I always had the attitude of like wanting to do the coolest thing that anyone's ever seen. So every time I go out on the track, I don't care if I watch somebody go right before me and they, burn down the best run I've ever seen. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to, try and top it every time. So I'm not, when somebody, I mean, it's just how it is. And, I've always had that attitude of, every time I strap in, I want, everybody to be like, wow, that was really cool. So.
Well, and I mean, Tyler, talk about your background. Like a lot of these new people, like Camden, Justin Sipes, myself, I have extensive two-wheel background in dirt. So I understand the dirt. I can read jumps. Camden being, racing NASCAR. Where's your background? What did you do before this?
We did. My dad actually built me like a little rock crawler when I was like about 8 years old.
Oh wow!
So we were just out, doing trail riding and then some small competitions and that stuff. And we always helped out at Monster Jam shows and stuff like that. So it was always kind of a goal of mine to drive for Monster Jam and drive monster trucks. And I've just always been in like the four-wheel off-road background and just always had a passion for motorsports. And not just that stuff either, like Baja, dirt bikes. Dirt bikes is not, something I pay close attention to, but it's definitely, I'll watch it on TV all the time, and it's sweet, but just anything and everything, NASCAR, everything, anything with a motor is just, something I respect and have a passion for.
Wow, that's awesome. It's extremely impressive, people listening in here, to not have, like, years and years and years of seat time to be able to go out and do what you do and adapt and be able to be as progressive and innovative as you are is absolutely, it's actually incredible for me I would think that you've been driving, mud trucks or something since you were born, because you are on your game. You are, setting the pace. You're paving the way now for us, triple threat athletes. And I just think, you're going to have such a long career in this industry. Absolutely. And you're going to be, you guys, watch out for this kid, you guys. Like, he is going to be the, iconic star of Monster Jam. You already are right now. Like, let's be serious. So I can't wait to see you in stadium. Like, I can't wait to see what you do when you get, the green light.
Yeah. I can't wait to get in stadiums myself, just for the fact that you just not holding back as much. Like, not that we do in arenas, but there's just so much more space. And, getting big air and stuff like that. And when you get out of control, there's more time to correct and get yourself back. And
yep.
I don't know. It just seems like it's going to be a great time. So I can't wait either.
Yeah, well, and I know, like Amy was saying last year, like when you go to World Finals, because you're in arenas and you're doing those shows, and you go to World Finals, like, oh man, we've got this big stadium. Like it's like you get to learn everything all over again, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the stuff that you take from arenas, obviously there's a lot of stuff that transfers over, like I said, but it's a lot bigger. Your speed's got to be up. You got to go bigger than what you're used to and all that stuff. So, and the main thing for me was the speed. Like, we go fast in arenas, but in Vegas, we're going like almost 70 miles per hour there. So
crazy.
That's crazy in a monster truck.
Yeah,
so you're wide open from the start line to the corner. So
yeah, and it's such a big difference to turn, I feel like, going wide open. Like, I was not used to Vegas, going all the way down Thunder Alley, wide open 70 miles an hour, and then turning. We're in a little arena. You have a much more calculated, slower paced turn. I couldn't figure out how to put it all together. So yeah, it's definitely you got baby steps, but you do got to take a little bit of what you've learned in the arena. But I can't wait to get back to Vegas, and I really it'll be really cool to see when you transition to stadiums only, because I think you're gonna slay
it. I hope so. Yeah, Vegas is fun. I can't wait to get back out there myself. It's like, we go and do these events, and it's over and over and over, and not that nobody takes it seriously, because every time I strap into the truck, it's serious. But after a while, it's like we've done, this is our 35th wheelie competition of the year, or 35th freestyle of the year, and it's like we get to Vegas, and it's like, okay, here's something different, and it's higher speed, it's bigger jumps, and it's awesome. It's like, it's really true racing there too. It's like every second matters in the racing, and then the freestyle, it's the greatest freestyle ever. Like last year, Lee O'Donnell did the front flip there.
That was insane. You want to talk about something went viral? Holy crap!
I know. Yeah, we talked about it. The fact that it made Aussie report there, I just think is the greatest thing in history. But you're about to go. Your moonwalking 5-hour wheelies went viral as well too. So you're on your way there, Tyler.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call in, buddy. Much appreciated. We definitely need to do it a little more often. And man, good luck on the rest of the season.
Awesome, thanks, man. I appreciate you guys having me, and hopefully the rest of the podcast goes well for you guys. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, thanks a lot, Tyler.
See ya.
Thanks. See you.
All right, that was Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger driver. I guess you're a competitor, right?
Yeah, well, he's actually on the Central Tour this year.
Central Tour, okay.
So, we all end up competing in Vegas, but we're all my Gravedigger.
You can be friends with him right now.
We can be friends. My Gravedigger I'm competing against right now is Brandon Vincent, a brand new driver from Monster Jam, and he's killing it too, man. He's killing it. All them drivers are crazy.
Awesome. All right, we're going to take a short break, and we come back. We're wrapping things up here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty radio show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it, so when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our Razor vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of Razor vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a Razor 170 like me, take the entire family out in a Razor XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new Razor XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris Razor. Check out the full Polaris Razor lineup at Polaris.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
Your life demands a tire that provides durability, comfort, and performance, and that's what General Tire delivers for you. From the all-season grip of the Grabber UHP to the comfort and on-road manners of the Grabber HTS to the durability and off-road traction of the Grabber AT2, General has a tire that will help get you where you need to go. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible, because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Thanks for tuning in to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, available live online, in syndication on networks across the U.S., and available internationally on the American Forces Network.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, this has been one of the funnest shows, I think, of all time.
Yeah, I don't know, this one ranks up there. The mid-400 shows we did are pretty damn fun.
But that's because we're super hungover and dying.
We're just grabbing people off. The one year, didn't we have like the snake lady?
No, I was not there.
Yes, you were. You must have been so hungover you don't remember. There was a lady that came the first year you were there with me, and she brought like a snake. She had like a boa around her neck, and she was like holding it over the table, and I was like freaked.
It probably was me because I'm not afraid of snakes at all.
Oh, I was done. I was like checked out.
I understand you guys down here have like crazy poisonous ones, but in Canada and Winnipeg, we just have garter snakes. And I actually found a garter snake one time, and it was a pregnant garter snake. And the next day, I had like 30 little garter snakes. Not kidding.
Would have been fish food.
No. I used to take them to walks to 7-Eleven. It was awesome.
Oh,
that was weird.
No, I don't do snakes. No, not at all. But been a ton of fun. We got Supercross coming up, X Games, Rolex 24. We didn't even talk about that. It's road racing, though. Maybe we'll get into it next week. Maybe we won't. But anyways, Amy and I, we got a podcast to drop this week. We're going to record while she's out here. We will talk Supercross. So if you're here for Supercross, sorry we didn't get to it. We'll get to it in the podcast. But been a ton of fun. Thank you, Polaris Razor, General Tire, Subaru, Casey Highlights, Gibson, Dirtfish, Impact, Optimus, GenuinePolarisParts.com, Terracross, Blitter Resort and Casino, Amsoil. Thanks to Tyler Levi, and Ashley for calling in. Thank you, Amy. You can give us both follows at JimBeaver15, at AmyHood71 on social media. Rate, review, subscribe to Project Action and the Down and Dirty Radio Show. Coupon code for Dirtfish is JBDirtfish. Get you 15% off classes. And I don't know, what wisdom do you got to leave us with for the next 20 seconds?
Well, my wisdom is actually go check out my Instagram and click the Today's Down and Dirty Radio Show photo, and then go follow all of our awesome guests because they have some of the coolest social medias. Yes. Each and every one of them, Levi's, Tyler's, and Ashley's, they're all cool. Go give them a follow as well.
Yeah, like everything from rad snowmobile stuff and X Games. Ashley's behind the scenes at NASCAR and
to a minute long
Supercross.
wheelie, to a minute long wheelies. Okay,
like,
super cool.
It's like 3 rad people to follow. You should be doing that. We are signing off. Be safe. As always, game on.